It's Monday, everybody. It's time for the MCN. So today is your reminder to go to the web store. I mentioned this in a video on Friday about why we're collecting market points if you're a non-spending player of the game. There's additional couples crystals which can be got in not just doing this particular method, but of course in war off season, which is actually going to be something I'm going to be talking about in the video. So right above, you'll know that you'll be able to collect your milestones. You can get up to milestone 2 depending if you're proactive with picking up the market points, the free ones in the web store. This will give you at least 2 more extra couples crystals based on your progression, so make sure to go and do that. This is your reminder that at 7 p.m. for me, or 10 a.m. PST, around about that time actually, that you're able to collect additional +6 market points. If you miss out that, then you'll have to collect towards the end of the week to get milestones 1 and 2. More explanation can be found in a video I put out on Friday. Also, for those that didn't see over the weekend, we have a little bit of exciting information. Saturday morning and maybe late Friday night, depending on your time zones, you might have woken up to see an email which was a mistake by Kabam. This email might have been retracted from Kabam, but basically, if you go scroll down in that particular email, they kind of reveal who's going to be the next champs that are likely to drop in March. It's unlikely this will be anything past March, like April, basically because, well, why would they put placeholders in for champions further down the line? Although, in a video right at the end of the video, I'm saying video a lot, we'll learn that Kabam may have actually revealed a lot more to people at the Summoners Summit, which, if people attended, probably had to sign an NDA because they might have been revealed a lot of information. More on that later on in the video. We also have an additional reminder to players about collecting your promo codes, and of course, if you want to go and grab any kind of deals, there are some good and bad ones. If you saw the videos on Saturday and as well the spreadsheet that I did for it, you'll know that there are some good things that are value and also some mediocre things and some stuff that you may want to avoid. But of course, it's down to a personal preference if you spend in game, and as well if you grab some of the offers, because there's some things that may not be too great, or maybe some bugs associated with stuff, which again we'll find out later on in the video. So now we're going to get into the meat of the MCN, and those little kind of like sub-stories were kind of good to kind of like just give you some information, quick-fire information, but we've got some more chunkier things to go into, like the off-season issue. Alliance Wars at the moment has got some really weird things with it. My alliance leader, shout out to Let's Be Serial, let me know that, and I think we covered this last month, there was a problem with off-season in that people were, or season in general, where we were finding that people were dropping a tier in their alliance wars. Of course, if you drop a tier, like, for no reason, there's nothing you did, there's nobody being punished in your alliance, and at the same time, it's just because the game be scuffy, it does affect alliances. It affects the way that you're able to go and grab certain volumes of points, and as a result, that of course will affect an alliance. I'm sure that it affected our alliance, and I'm sure it's going to affect other alliances in the future. But of course, at the moment, there is an issue going on, which is that Alliance War rating is changing during off-season, which is something that is not good. Kabam have responded on support tickets, but from the last time I found out, it was that Kabam Pinwheel was looking into this. The further update on this is this here, which we're going to just kind of cover, or kind of like circle out some of the particular points. That there was an issue, this is confirmed by Kabam, there was an issue with the way that this Alliance War off-season was set up. As a result, the first war of the season will impact Alliance War rating. This is true for all alliances and should impact them all equally. With that being said, Kabam Sport will not be providing compensation to individual alliances impacted by this issue. Now, how Kabam did, we did say on, I think it was like Friday's MCN or Wednesdays, that with this, Kabam will likely set it up in a way that other alliances aren't. They would retrospectively deal with the war rating issue after War 1. Maybe not seen right now for those affected, but it may be something going into the actual season that they're able to rectify. But what that will be, really don't know. And yeah, just kind of following up on the issue that's affected our alliance specifically. We dropped from tier 2 to tier 3 during last off-season war, which should have not happened, of course. And the same thing when it comes to like this season, like we're still finding that we're not, this hasn't been repaired. It's been like Kabam have been like, I don't know, just not cared. I think it's because it's like it's such a specific into like one alliance, they can't resolve it for whatever reason. And it's just disappointing. It's disappointing to kind of like see what's happened with it. I'd love for this to be rectified, but I just don't see Kabam doing it. If they haven't resolved it in a month, I don't think they will ever do. And that's, I think, the same thing. We've just been hit by, as an alliance, the bugs in general, and it's when it's specific players. If you have a specific bug, the chances of Kabam resolving it, because they're like, oh, this might help 30 people out of 100,000 people. It's like, nah, but it's not really worth time to kind of deal with. It's just a shame because it impacts us and will continue impacting our alliance going forward. It's just not good, is it? Also, in fun news, somebody took down Ares with Hercules. Now, I don't think this is going to be what you think it's going to be. Some people have been like, oh, this is this cheating in any kind of way? Because you're not really meant to use Hercules to take down Ares. That's not the case. It's just that somebody probably used for the last, I don't know, 1% or less than 1% equivalent to take down the champion, just as a kind of like, take the Mickey, as we would say, out of Kabam here, because you can see that the biggest hit of this is 3,800, and there's 2 successful hits and 2 seconds to do it. Yeah, so if anybody thinks that there's like someone didn't cheat, of course, someone just like went, oh, I'll just finish off the champion. The same way you can do that with the objectives, the saga objectives currently for the side quest. And it's just like the messenger is like, suck it, Kabam. Yeah, I like that. It did make me laugh seeing that. But the last laugh comes from Kabam Pinwheel. Well, I guess I got to cancel the 7-star Hercules news then, pack it up. To be annoyingly, unfunnily clear, this is a joke. Yeah, you have to do it, really, because people, unfortunately, everyone nowadays is very Drax. They're very literal with stuff, so you've got to be very careful about what one posts, especially on what was Valentine's Day. Next, onto the Deathless piece. I don't know if it's been resolved, the issue where you would have like flashing screens. There's a lot of like little kind of like idiosyncrasy bugs now and again. Yeah, the Deathless pieces, there is an issue where it being locked when it comes to choice, because I know some people want to choose certain things. It does seem a little bit bugged at the moment with the Deathless pieces. And where are we up to with like an update on it? Well, nothing really. Looking into it. Sorry about the delay. This one says Kabam Darky Diggity Dave. So yeah. So just on creating Kabam IDs. Okay, there's been a long issue when it comes to if you created your game account a long time ago, whether you use like an old email address or trying to figure out the date in which you created the account in order to set up things like, I don't know, the ability to get promo codes and stuff from the web store, then it's always been a bit of an issue. And it was obviously sad to see that people are seeing that particular problem, because people want to get they want to get some good stuff from the web store. They missed out on like couples crystals and things, and it's sad. But there is something that is coming that could be helpful to that. So Kabam crashed, let us all know, and people are trying to help out, kind of like help out with things. But on the subject of fixing the issue, Kabam Crash said, in all seriousness, we know there's a problem and we're working to find a solution. Obviously, we need to be careful because we don't want to make it easier for a bad actor to take over an account. And that's very important from I think it's a perspective of cheating and creating bot accounts, because a lot of the time people do create these bot accounts, or they kind of like use cheats, create an account, or they then take back an account once they've sold it. So people sell an account to somebody but then take it back, and therefore it's like it's used for unscrupulous means of stuff. So it's good to see that there's an improvement or something coming in that's going to be beneficial to those that are missing out on things like the web store and linking their Kabam ID. So yeah, that's somewhat positive for the future. So it means that coming back to the game is a bit more easier if you have to remember key details and go, oh, they do this new thing called promo codes and web store. Oh, I can't link my account, or at least, that's something that could be done. So hopefully that will come out soon. I'll have more information. Also, Players Summit is something that's going to be talked about, I think, in a moment. Because Kabam Crash did say, I know before people asked, that was not a confirmation of Players Summit, but I really want to do one, so I'm putting it out into the world. That sounds nice. I don't know what's going to happen this year, because I went back, I got an offer for a job that I really couldn't kind of like turn down. It's a massive opportunity, and I will talk about it depending, because it's only for a year, but I will talk about it probably after the fact. But I'll have to kind of like, yeah, I've got to be very careful with what I talk about and say. So it's a different industry. There's really, really exciting. But anyway, moving on to the next story. And the next story is utilizing some of the items that you get in the Lovers of Battle Realm store. The Lovers of Battle Realm store has lots of different fun things, where it's romance signatures, signature stones, awakening gems, and things that are specific for specific base champions that feature in some of the crystals. There is something at the moment which is a bit of an issue for certain players, and that is that players are finding that their 1-2 gem doesn't include Medusa. However, she's in the Romance Crystal. I think the same thing is for Luke Cage. Now this might just, and Iceman it seems, but this might be a bit of a bug at the moment. It's hard to kind of like know what is exactly going on with it. And as well, this weekend, so I wonder if Kabam will actually kind of like come back to this particular thread and go and give a bit more clarity on the options and stuff. Maybe Superior Iron Man is showing under the 2-3 gem. He has the tags, so that looks like there's some working, some are not for whatever reason. So it might just be better to hold on to those items and wait until Kabam are in, say on Monday, to kind of like give a bit of delivery of, are they going to fix it? Is it everywhere? Every champion is featured in there? Is there a bug? And also look at future. There could be like future romance-based champions that are added to the game that could be beneficial for utilization on this. Our final bit of coverage today is about the 2025 7-star champion voucher. This one, as you know, you either had to like, I think spend a lot, whether free to play you had access to this to kind of get, but they had to like spend a lot in order to grab the 7-star voucher, and that allowed you to get any champion that's going to be released in 2025. However, choices-wise, we haven't had much in the range of choice, like Arnim Zola and Falcon, which, you know, Arnim Zola was chosen by Clowniest Clown. Link is in the description, it's the top one. So go and check out Clowniest Clown, subscribe, and also, you know, in-game, you know, it's Clowniest Clown, sorry, Clown in-game. Yeah, this was pretty impressive to see, of course, to have Arnim Zola right now. You can see him there, just looking good. He's a great champion, by the way. I wish I had enough time to kind of like do a review on him, but I've run out of time. But the great thing about this is, and also there's something extra. Clownius mentioned in the video that this was a champion players could play at the summit. So does that mean that the champion was available to play in October when the summit happened? I think it was October when it happened, or maybe it was before, whenever it was. So players got a chance to play Arnim Zola very early on. He also mentioned that there was some other champions revealed for the future, and maybe that people had to sign NDAs before actually being allowed access to play. And I couldn't go to the summit because I wasn't allowed the time off. It's debatable whether or not if they did a summit this year, I'd be able to get the time off. But the thing that surprises me is like a lot of people knew, not a lot of people, but a small amount of people actually, that went to the summit would have known this, had to sign an NDA, and more details, of course, on what was coming for the future might have been revealed. It's good that that was kept largely under wraps, especially because it means for more of a surprise, although Kabam leaked today who they've got. But I guess you don't know. Making this decision early on is down to a personal preference, because you could say, and I love saying personal preference because it is, everyone's got their own personal thoughts on and feelings about what they want, how they want it. But you don't really know the abilities for the future. Either way, with, what the heck, is that 1.8 billion or was that 8? Like, I'm not going to count that up, but that's a lot of gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold. I probably counted that wrong. It's probably not 1.8 billion. It's probably like 181 million or something like that. Either way, fair play to Clowniest Clown for choosing whoever he wants to choose, and go and check out the video and the link in the description and various other content that Clowniest Clown produces. But anyway, that's been the end of the video. That's been the MCN. Go and check out some other content. Whatever will be popping up on screen right now. Romance orientated, non-romance orientated. Go and support the channel. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.